Namaskar not just to the wonderful gathering in this extraordinarily beautiful campus of the Indian Institute of Sciences, but also to the audiences in these 75 different destinations where Deepam's marking of Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav is being held. So in all these 75 places, inclusive of Bangalore, India's progress in the 75 years in managing its public assets, India's contribution through the public assets are all being recalled. So dignitaries on the dais and dignitaries before me and those who are joining this program virtually, I'm glad to be in your company today to talk about the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. As you are aware, and I say this in each one of the Finance and Corporate Affairs Ministry's program this week, from Monday, the 6th of June, Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the 75 years celebrations of the Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs. Each day, one department has taken it upon itself to showcase as to what the department in all these 75 years has done in the service of the people of India. And in that progress, we've had corporate affairs, expenditure, and the Department of Economic Affairs all doing their bit. And today we have the marking of the 75 years by Deepam. Deepam is one such a department in the Ministry of Finance, which incidentally has also seen public assets being managed under one particular type of dispensation in the first decade, first 2 decades, or in first 3 decades. And gradually, the public asset management has taken a totally different, probably contour, objective, and also the purpose with which it has been managed has changed. And when I say this, I refer to the change in the way in which Indian economy itself got perceived. Initially, it was so much centrally planned, centrally driven, a mix of socialistic management of our public assets. Creation of several of these public assets also happened at that time because, and naturally, in areas where it was difficult to draw private investment, it had to be public investment, and therefore government had to invest in building huge dams or electricity generation units or even assets which are otherwise very difficult for the private sector to invest in, either because of the size or even because of the long-term invested money not giving adequate returns. So the nature of the way in which the economy had to be managed itself was essentially India at that stage of development could have had enough private capital coming in. Although the private capital did exist even from the British days. Then nearer 1991 is when, because of a certain situational development, India opened up its economy, post which we had quite a few investments from the private sectors coming in and also public sector loosening itself, saying, do I need to do this much and for this long? Can my efficiencies improve and so on? So the nature of the public asset management itself had changed, and clearly after February 2021 budget announcement, where a policy for public sector enterprises was announced, clearly marking a directional change, and that directional change stated, and that is discussed very much in the Parliament and approved by the Parliament, the directional change meant that except for the core areas or the strategic sectors, which were grouped as 4 different areas, 4 groups of areas, the public sector presence in the other areas would be gradually reduced. Private sector was allowed to be in all the sectors, even in the strategic sectors. Now, as a result of which you find, even in areas like space, a lot of startups coming in and wanting to contribute. Atomic energy as well has opened up. So again, interest among small, reactors which can be used for civilian purposes are also being considered by private investors.